Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great night. Hey, Keto Mom Stephanie here, and welcome to the Keto Mom page. If you are brand new, I want to know that you're new, so please post new below. Tonight we're going to cover kids and keto, because I often get this question: do your kids eat keto? And then after that they go, why do they eat keto? So we're going to talk about how our family started as a family, why my kids eat not strict keto, but I'm going to walk you through like what we've done in our family and how we've done it, and just some different things that we've seen. I've gotten this question a ridiculous amount of times this week on how just to help the entire family, because oftentimes it's a mom or a dad trying to do it by themselves. But here's the deal, you don't have to. And so that's what we're diving into. If you're new, again, please post new below, and I would love for everybody to do me a favor. Tell me where you're tuning in from. We're in Kentucky. And if you're local, please send me a message, because I want to connect with you. We have lots of awesome keto challenges going on in the local area. And press the share button below so that this goes out to all the other parents that just want help on how to feed their kids better options and just a different mindset. And I promise you, once you listen to this, you're going to go, oh, okay. And you're not going to get overwhelmed or frustrated, okay? So I want everybody to think about this very first thing. Don't mess up good for perfect. I'll write something down for you in just a second. Don't mess up good for perfect. That's what we talk about in our family all the time. My kids are not strict keto. I would say they're low carb. I would say that for the most part, we don't keep the sugar and the flour and the Debbie snacks and all of those things in our house anymore, but it wasn't overnight. It was not an overnight switch. And it was a learned thing. And it's not that my kids don't ever have treats. So they just don't have them in our home. And here's the deal. As you're watching and as you're hearing me say things, I would love to know, because a lot of you out there are feeding your kids healthy. A lot of you out there have been on this journey as a family, like our family has been. So when you hear something that resonates with you, or if you have a tip or trick or idea or something that has worked well for you and your family, share it below, because collaboration is currency and we are all here to help each other be better, right? And so this is what we did in the very beginning. My husband did the strict ketogenic diet years and years and years ago, before you even saw it on the magazines. And so when he was doing it, I thought he was crazy. Our girls were babies back then. Right now our girls are 6, 8, 10, and 12. We do homeschool them. If you're on Instagram, go follow us on Instagram. We share a ridiculous amount of stories all day long about our life, whether it's about homeschooling or anything that we're learning, we love to share with you. So it's Keto Mom Secrets, all one word. But anyways, we dove into this lifestyle, honestly, because my husband wanted fat loss. So raise your hand. Is that your journey right now? Most people start here and they go, I want some fat loss. That's awesome. What I want you to understand is what we've learned over the last 4.5 years is fat loss is great, but everything else that ketones and ketosis and eating better can do for yourself and for your spouse or anybody that's living with you, your kids, your friends, your family, far outweighs just the fat loss. That's a bonus. There's more to it than that. So my husband dove into this diet. I thought he was crazy. And then one day, I'm going to dive into this later, but he handed me a packet. This is where I started. I'm not going to talk about this right now, but I call it my mom fuel. If you want to know more, post 10 below and you and I will chat, or keep watching until later. That's where I started. And after I felt better, after I had ketones in my system, after I had the energy and the focus and the appetite control, I said, okay, babe, I've got this. We can eat keto. Our whole family can eat keto. I mean, we were living off of chicken nuggets, mac and cheese. Debbie was my very best friend, little Debbie. We have since, has anybody ever heard that saying, you are who your closest friends are? Like you are like who your closest friends are? Well, little Debbie and I were really close, and it was not a good thing. And so we have split our ways. No, I'm just kidding. I am not kidding, but kidding. Okay, so here's the deal. I went to the store one day. I was like, I've got this. My husband wants to eat keto, and I've been helping him fail miserably. I can do this. So I went to the store, packed up all of our girls. Back then, they were like a baby, 2, not even 4, and maybe 6. And I was like, this will be fine. I pushed my grocery cart in, and then I soon realized I was walking around the grocery store, and I'm sure I had 2 kids crying, or I was carrying one, and I ended up in tears and walked out of the grocery store because I didn't know what keto was. I really didn't understand it. Does anybody ever hear people say, oh, you just shop on the outside of the grocery store and then you're fine? No, you're not fine. What if you've never touched a vegetable? I had never eaten a vegetable. My kids ate vegetables out of a can. I ate frozen pizzas. I had no idea what an avocado was. I had no idea how to even cut fresh fruit and vegetables. Like everything was bought in a can, in a bottle, in a box. That's what we did. Is anybody else like that? Like, just give me some hearts if that's been you. Like, anybody else been there? So I walked out of the store, legitimately in tears. I walked into the house and I was like, babe, I can't do this. It's hard. It's overwhelming. I don't understand it. So what we did was we took a step back, and this is what I want to show you, okay? We took it one day at a time. So I said, I can't clean out our refrigerator or our cupboards. I can't dive into this lifestyle all in one. It's too hard. Has anybody ever said that before? Who's on this keto journey? Who's been here before and then fell off and keep coming back? So what we did is we said, we're not going to mess up good for perfect. Does anybody know what that means? That means, guess what? This isn't about an all or nothing thing. This isn't about just Steve does it and I don't do it. This is about we're going to learn together and grow together as a family. And so if you are a parent, I really want you to be aware of this number one thing, okay? This is your number one thing to watch for. Your words. Your words are so powerful. Regardless if you think that your kids are listening to you or not, if you're saying, I'm fat, this is mom and dad's food, mom's on a diet, dad's on a diet, guess what? Your kids are going to correlate everything that you eat with them going, I don't have to eat that. That's mom's on a diet. Oh, I don't have to eat that. Dad said he's fat. He's on a diet. So they look at the vegetables and the salads and all the foods that you're eating and they go, I don't have to eat that. Is that making sense? I hope this is making sense. So what I need you to understand is, number one, above all else, how you communicate about food in your home. Whether you look a certain way, your kids look a certain way, your spouse, your words are super powerful. We talk about that in our home all the time. It is not mom's food or dad's food or anybody else. It's our family's on a journey to better. So what we did is we all sat down. The girls were babies back then, but we've done this over the last 4.5 years. And we're constantly going, how can our family eat better? What are the better choices? When one of us slips up, because we're not perfect, our girls go, hey, we'll help hold you accountable. Hey, Dad, I don't think that you should have that cookie. Like, our girls know that because they know our goals. They know that we don't feel well if we don't eat better. They know they don't feel well if they don't eat better. So what we've done is we've helped our kids understand how their body actually feels when they react over something. They talk about their tummy hurting, just the same as you. So just think about this for a second. Oftentimes we blame people, circumstances, situations, work, other things for the way that we're feeling, right? I don't feel good, I'm tired. We forget how much food plays an impact on our body and how we feel, how we sleep, how we grow, how we act. Same for kids. So if I eat something that upsets my stomach, I go, oh man, I shouldn't have eaten that. That really upset my stomach. I didn't say, girls, I shouldn't have eaten that. That was too much sugar. That was like garbage food. No, they heard me say it. Then if my kids eat something that upsets their tummies, because let's just be real, sugar upsets. Any excess amount of garbage is going to make somebody react in a bad, like some people go, oh, my kid's naughty. Your kid's probably not naughty. Let's look at how they're eating. Okay? My kid can't sit in school. Well, I don't know. What did they eat an hour ago? Some of you might go, because some of this can be kind of a touchy subject, right? So all I want you to know is this. Your words are powerful. Your kids are watching you. And if you talk about having a healthier lifestyle in your home together as a family, then they will try those vegetables. I had to do that. I was like, I don't even know what asparagus is, so we're all going to try it. Let's put some butter on it. Everything tastes better with butter and bacon and a little bit of cheese. That's all we ate for the first little while. So that's not everything that you're going to eat, but that's what we did. Your home is a place where your kids are going to watch what you do, and they're going to either go, that's mom and dad's, or we can do it too because we all want to feel healthy. If they complain about their stomachs hurting like our girls would do, they go, maybe after the second or third cookie, I would go, oh, why do you think your tummy hurts? And they would go, I ate 3 cookies at the birthday party. Maybe I should have only eaten 1. And I would go, good idea. They think about it themselves. They feel it. They remember how they felt. So next time they grab 1 and not 3. Is this making sense? So what we did, afterwards was the number one talk, okay? We went after 1 meal at a time. So what I did is I took a sheet of paper, I wrote breakfast on top, and all I did, and it was like, I mean, we homeschool, so there's no shortage of markers and papers. I took a piece of tape, I put it on our fridge, and all it said was this. It said eggs, bacon, sausage, I think I wrote like a cheese stick. I wrote keto pancakes. I wrote a couple things that were going to be the options that we would always have in our refrigerator. Now, this wasn't easy because my kids were used to cereal. Every single day, cinnamon rolls, donuts, bagels. So what I want you to understand is this. Pardon my dogs. So what I want you to understand is this. Once the cereal box is gone, maybe you're just starting. So you go, okay, I don't want to throw all this food away. Once the cereal box is gone, I didn't buy it again. Once the granola bars were gone, I didn't buy it. Once the bagels were gone, I didn't buy it. That's all we did. And when we felt like breakfast was under control, guess what? We moved on to lunch. So when my kids would wake up in the morning, they go, I'm hungry. I go, oh, awesome. These are your options for breakfast. I would say there was probably like 2 to 3 months when all of the cereal was gone. I'm sorry, 2 to 3 weeks where they were like, I want cereal. And I was like, we don't have any cereal. So you let me know if you're hungry and then we'll make some food. That's what we did. I need you to understand something. The reason that I don't love cereal is because if you flip it over, I always say the tip is to flip. We're going to talk about these things in a minute for lunches because if you're following anything on keto, you'll know there's going to be people that are really strict keto and people that are lazy keto and people that are right in the middle. This caused some controversy online the other day and we're going to talk about it, okay? So, but the tip is to flip. So if you flip over the cereal box, you look at how much sugar is in there. Just think about this for 1 second. Why do you think that kids are probably hungry, antsy, sitting in school and can't focus after an hour? Their bodies already utilized all of that sugar and they're hungry. So that's what we did for breakfast. Then we dove into lunch. Super, super easy. All I did is I got a sheet of paper out and guess what I did? I wrote lunch. And then we just came up with fun, creative ideas. We wrote deli meats. Yes, we eat deli meats. I look for nitrate-free meat, but guess what? Remember the whole saying, don't mess up good for perfect. So if I didn't have nitrate-free meat, we still ate the meat. Or I'd make ham, cream, cheese, pickle roll-ups, or veggies, or burgers without the bun. We would have tacos. We just did those things. Do you want me to drink some water? Okay. My throat is like, okay. So, if any of you guys know, you know that my husband's usually on the other side of the camera. I talk about this all the time. So, my husband's amazing. He's the reason that we're here, just so you know. It was not me, because I would have never dove into the lifestyle. You want to know why? Because I was never looking for fat loss. Now, I have had 4 babies, so I have been up and down, but I actually have been blessed with a higher metabolism. I was tired. I was overwhelmed. I was exhausted and had crazy brain fog. Ketones are powerful for so many reasons. Understand? Okay, so my husband's on the other side. If you have questions while we're doing this, please post your questions below. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're covering everything about kids and why people think you kids should eat keto, shouldn't eat keto. We're diving into just simple ways of what to do. So, again, if you're new, post new below. Share, please. So press the share button because there's lots of other families that are going through the same thing and they want their family, and especially their kids, to be healthier. So, we're diving into lunch. So what we do is we kept it simple. The other day, I shared this. I said, hey, we had a really late night. We didn't get home till really late. I had to throw supper together for the girls. I needed to go to the grocery store, and I found some of these in the pantry, cupboard, whatever you call it. We put some cheese, and we made tortillas. Sometimes we'll put meat in there. The kids loved them. And of course, if you put yourself out there, people are going to let you know what you think. What I love to say on this page is take your black robe off. So here on the Keto Mom page, we don't tell people, like, this isn't about perfection. This isn't about, I'm sorry, that's not keto, you can't eat it. Like, if you saw me eating a carrot, would you tell me it's not keto? Because it's not for somebody who's doing the strict ketogenic diet, right? My kids still eat carrots. They had carrots and peanut butter for supper. The ketogenic diet started for medical reasons, just so you know, years and years and years ago. And guess what? They found all the applications, and they keep finding all of the applications of ketosis and ketones. And so that's why you're seeing more and more. It's backed up by science and research. The point is this: you just feed your family better. I was talking to a mom at dance tonight, and she was like, it's overwhelming, but if I do what you said, and I take one meal at a time, and when that one feels like I've got it under control, then I dive into the next meal. It took us about 8 months to figure this out. And finally I was like, I feel like I've got this. So again, lunch. The other day, somebody gave me a little bit of grief for these Mission low carb tortillas, but I want to give you perspective. I didn't have anything else in the house, okay? These are great, especially when we're having other people over for dinner. This is a better option for other people, but it's not, I mean, like there's 5 net carbs in it, okay? Actually, the ingredients list isn't terrible, especially if you don't have to be gluten-free. They're completely fine, especially for kids. I could have either made this, the kids loved it, it just was a simple supper, really late before bed, or I could have said, hey, screw it. Like, we're going to McDonald's, I don't have any food. They would have had a Happy Meal with French fries, a sugar-filled yogurt, and my kids don't drink soda, but they would have gotten offered juice. I mean, does that give you guys perspective on of don't mess up good for perfect? That's what we've done in our home. So we go, what's a better option? Oh, we love this meal. How could we tweak it? So just so you know, after we felt good for lunches and I just stopped buying the bread. I stopped buying the pasta. I stopped buying the garlic bread potatoes, and that's it. So for dinner, after we did that, all I did is, again, I stopped making the pasta, and I said, what can we do to make lasagna better? We use zucchini noodles. We use those egg thins for lasagna, share all the time on here. We grill a lot. Man, excuse me. Okay, we grill a lot. We started trying new vegetables. Remember, mom's not fat, dad's not fat. We all are on a health journey. So I would go, hey girls, why don't you try the asparagus? Why don't we all try the avocado? Oh my goodness, I didn't know we all could love avocados. They were great. I hadn't tried them in all of my 30 years. Weird. And so that's what we did. I want you to understand something. We do the don't mess up good for perfect and the good, better, best. So if you need to write something down on your refrigerator to give you a good idea and to help you remember, just write these words. Write down good, better, and then best. So when you're about to eat food, you can say, okay, do I have a best option? So for example, if I'm out to eat, I'm probably not going to have 100% grass-fed ground meat beef patty made in the highlands of Colorado, drinking out of an amazing lake, spring water.
Yeah.
That would be the best option. Okay, so that's not going to be it. But a good option at a restaurant is I'm going to take the bun off the burger. I'm going to have a vegetable instead of the French fries, or a salad, take the croutons off. That's a good option, right? If I'm at home, that would be a better option because I'm going to make it. It's not going to have probably some oils that I don't really want on it. So this is what we do. In the situation we're at, in the home we're at, in the place that we're at, we do good, better, best. That's it, right? In our home, we probably can do the best that we can. When we're at a restaurant or out and about, we can still do good. Like, you make better options. My kids take the buns off the burgers. They make better choices because we didn't tell them to. They watched and they modeled us, and everything tastes better without a bun anyways. Bread is disgusting. So I know some people think you love it. I know. If I offended you, I'm not really sorry, but if you don't eat it for so long, you won't want it. It tastes like a sponge. So that's what we did. We did the good, better, best. It does. It tastes like a sponge. Okay, so I hope this is making sense. I really want everybody to understand. My kids are not strict keto. My kids, you want to know why I can say they're keto kids? They do have ketones in their system. I have them drink ketones every day. So whether your body is making ketones or you're eating low carb because you don't have to eat strict keto to drink this, okay? Why do I choose to let my kids drink ketones? We've been around the science and the research, and we're actually going to go to another event here in 2 weeks with the doctors and the pioneers and the people that have studied ketones before any of you probably knew about it. They've got the research, they've got the books, they've got the documentation that's been filed up on a shelf because nobody cared. They come to our events, they come and teach us all about the crazy things that they're seeing, and it's mind-blowing. So like I said before, fat loss is great. That's awesome. A lot of you are having great success. Not overnight, it's a long-term goal, right? And if you keep with it, this isn't about living off of bacon and butter. This is about good meats, vegetables, salads, choosing better options. This is not about all high fats, and some of you can't even eat fat. That's where ketones come into place. The reason I have my kids drink ketones, and it's my choice, so I'm the parent, so I can choose if they do or not. The company does not have here's what kids should drink, just so you know. But I've learned so much about ketones in the brain. Again, just so you understand this, if you're brand new, your body can make ketones if you eat a proper amount of fat, proteins, and carbs, and not everybody's will, or you can drink them. You can actually drink this, test it in your blood, and in under an hour, you've got ketones in your system. It's phenomenal, and it's the only way that I actually made this lifestyle work long-term, and it's been almost 5 years. So I'm going to give you an idea. I have the girls drink this because I understand ketones in the brain. So they've got amazing tests to show what the brain can do. Ketones preserve muscle. They help people sleep better. They help people learn and focus, digestion, muscle preservation. I'm trying to think, clarity, like the brain fog for those mamas out there that are like, I walked into a room and I'm not quite sure what I was here for. The energy, I tell people, I haven't taken a nap in 4.5 years. How about you? Like, who hit the 3 o'clock wall today? Not me. I don't have time for that. And so that's why my kids, I can say they've got ketones in their system. I can tell the way they function. I can tell the way they learn. I can tell if they have in the morning. You can sure bet if we've made it through half our day and we're struggling, I'll be like, girls, did you drink your ketones today? I can tell that I'm with them all the time and I understand how they focus or don't focus because I'm their teacher. And so, but also, even as a mom or a dad, like this is where I started. I drank the product, I shook it in some water, I had the energy, I had the focus, I had the appetite, and I took it one meal at a time, one day at a time. Guess what? If you slip up, the next day I would drink my packet, get back into ketosis. I'll give you an example. If you want to know more about this, post 10 below, because we do 5 and 10 day experiences all the time, so you can try a variety of flavors, okay? And I'm almost done. If you have questions, please post them below, or if you have a certain thing that works for your family, a tip or trick or hack or meal idea or something that works for you as a family, share it below so other people can learn from you. So all I wanted to say is this. This is where I started, and then I started just eating better. Now, if I were to go, because I used to go out with my girlfriends, when we lived in Minnesota, we would go out and do half-price appetizers all the time. I love it. I love spinach and artichoke dip. I love chips. So if I were to eat that, guess what? Is it a fail? I didn't look at it as a fail. I thought, shoot, first of all, I don't feel well. I knew that when I went home. Second of all, I was like, that didn't align with my goals. And I would feel it the next day. But the next day, I would drink a packet, get back on track, and I was fine. If I didn't do that, just so you know, oftentimes people go, can you have a cheat day? How often do you have a cheat day? And I go, you can have a cheat day whenever you want. You better be ready to get back on track. So the reason cheat days work or don't work for some people is this. If you have a cheat day and you dive in to have, maybe your cheat day is you love donuts. Well, if you eat that donut, does your body react and can you just eat one donut, or can you actually handle yourself, have the discipline to only eat that one donut? Not very many people can. What I find often happens is this. The cheat day usually turns into a cheat day, then a couple days, and they go out with their coworkers, then a party happens, and the weekend happens, and then I'm going to start on Monday. Oh, I'm going to start on Monday. Well, Monday comes, and of course the candy bowl is at the office, and I already screwed up by 9 o'clock, so I guess I've got to wait till Tuesday. Well, then Tuesday comes, and guess what? There's a pizza party. I should just eat the toppings, but I ate the crust because it was thin crust. I thought it had less carbs. Shoot. Okay, I'll start November 1st. It's fine. Oh, but the holidays are here. I'm just going to wait till January 1st. You guys, it's a spiral. So if you cheat, or if you have a cheat day, I hate that word, by the way. If you decide to have a different type of meal to where it is high in sugar and carbs, guess what? Get yourself back on track. Or you're going to go from a day to a weekend to a week to a month to a year, and you and I are going to be chatting next year, and you're going to go, shoot, I knew better. Because I was talking on here October 1st, and I said, we're in serious stealth mode. What does that look like? It's really cold here right now in Kentucky. It went from 90 degrees to 40. So I said, guess what? We all can be in stealth mode. Put on your fall clothes, have a good time. Don't let up on your workouts or your food choices or drinking your ketones, because come April 1st, you're going to be able to take off all your clothes. You're going to have amazing results because you're not focused on the scale, but you're focusing on how you feel. And inches lost, how are your clothes fitting? Because you can go, oh my goodness, my clothes are falling off. My clothes are falling off. Okay, I'm totally kidding, kind of. But what I want you to understand is this. The holidays are around the corner. So let's say that Halloween, you have a piece of candy or 2 or 5. So what? Get back on track November 1st. You do really well from November 1st until Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving, we have a couple, I'm going to start sharing recipes here, or I tell people, why don't you do like an either or option? Instead of like all of it, do like a pecan pie or a pumpkin pie or potatoes or a muffin. You don't have to have all of it, right? And it's that only day. And then you don't go, well, I'm going to eat from Thanksgiving to Christmas. You're going to go, I'm going to wait for my next fun meal on Christmas. And you enjoy your family, and then you get back on track. Those 3 days will not have you gain 20 pounds in the next 3 months. If you eat in between all of those 3 days, you may gain 20 pounds in the next 3 months. And I don't know where you want to be. I don't want to be there. And so all I want you to understand is this. Let's just back up because we're almost done. So I hope this was valuable for you. Please press the share button below. I want to connect with you if you're new. If you're in Kentucky, post Kentucky below, or just where you're tuning in from. Your words are powerful. How you talk in your home, with your coworkers, with your friends. I'm fat, I'm not fat, I need to lose weight. How about we work on getting healthy and make it a lifestyle? Because our family's been able to do this for almost 5 years and we're still going strong. And a lot of you out there are doing the same thing. Don't mess up good for perfect. Do a good, better, best. Start with one meal at a time in your home. Don't get overwhelmed. If your kids don't like it, maybe you've got picky eaters, guess what? Have them try one bean. Have them try one asparagus. Tell them how great their muscles are going to be and how strong they're going to be. And not all kids are the same, right? So I get some people really do have a challenge to get their kids to eat certain ways. But I would just say do the best that you can. So we had one that didn't love it, and she's gradually learned over the course of 4 years to eat the same way that we all eat. And so I only make one meal in our home or something that's pretty versatile so everybody will eat it. We keep it so simple. Here's my last tip for you. In the very beginning, for the first 8 months, I honestly made probably 2 different dinners every other day because I was so overwhelmed with the dinner part that we had hamburger with broccoli, cauliflower, cheese. That's it. My kids would go, we're having this again? Yes, we're having this again because this is all I knew how to make. And then when I started feeling really comfortable with how we were eating, I would go and find a new recipe or go to the grocery store and we would do it together. So if it doesn't overwhelm you to cook with your children, take them to the grocery store, teach them how to shop for groceries, have them cut food up with you today. I'm going to share a pumpkin recipe with you. I'll probably share it with you guys tomorrow. I just put the video together. I could have made these muffins in probably 10 minutes, but it took us an hour and a massive mess. But the girls got to measure it, they got to stir, they got to lick all the spoons, they got to cook, and it was a lot of fun. They were in the kitchen learning. So if you have the patience and time, I would encourage you to include your kids in all of that process. And I think that's it. So I hope this was helpful. I would say, lastly, if you want to know more about my Mom Fuel, post 10 below. Comes in caffeine and caffeine free. And there's lots of things that we could chat about. So we can talk more about this later, but just post 10 or reach out to me. I would love to connect with you about your goals. That's it. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you later.